The twin suns of Lumina bathed the planet in a constant, warm glow, creating an eternal twilight that was both enchanting and disorienting to those unfamiliar with its rhythms. The planet, known for its radiant beauty and advanced civilization, was home to the illustrious Queen Arya, a ruler beloved by her people for her wisdom and compassion. However, beneath the surface of this seemingly utopian world, a shadow of despair had fallen. Queen Arya, once the epitome of strength and grace, had been stricken by a mysterious and fatal disease. Her decline was swift and devastating, leaving the kingdom in a state of panic. Lumina's finest physicians and healers had tried every known remedy, but nothing seemed to halt the progression of her illness. The disease, characterized by relentless headaches and a debilitating cough, was unlike anything they had encountered before. In a final, desperate bid to save her life, Queen Arya made a historic announcement. Standing on the grand balcony of her palace, her frail figure framed by the luminescent flora of Lumina, she addressed her people and the universe beyond. "My beloved subjects and the denizens of the galaxy," she began, her voice amplified by the palace's advanced technology. "I come before you not as your queen, but as a mother and a woman fighting for her life. I am afflicted by a disease that our greatest minds cannot cure, therefore I extend this plea to the stars. To anyone who can find a cure for my ailment, I offer not only a substantial reward but also the hand of one of my daughters in marriage." Her words echoed across the cosmos, carried by the interstellar communications network that linked Lumina to countless other worlds. The Queen's daughters, Elena, Lyra, Selena, and Vyra, stood by her side, their expressions a mix of determination and hope. Each daughter was a paragon of Lumina's elegance, with Elena, the eldest, exuding a quiet strength that hinted at her future role as queen. The announcement sent shockwaves through the galaxy. On distant planets and moons, scientists, doctors, and adventurers alike pondered the challenge. Among them was Professor Byron, a distinguished scientist from Earth, known for his groundbreaking work in medicine. Driven by a mix of professional pride and genuine compassion, Byron decided to take on the Queen's challenge. He requested detailed medical data from Lumina, determined to decode the mystery of her illness. As the weeks passed, the people of Lumina clung to hope, their eyes fixed on the stars. The Queen's condition continued to deteriorate, but the kingdom remained united in their prayers and efforts. They believed that somewhere, among the billions of stars, a cure awaited their beloved Queen. And so, the stage was set for an interplanetary quest for healing, a journey that would not only save a queen but also unite hearts and worlds in ways unimaginable. On the bustling planet of Earth, in a city renowned for its scientific innovation, Professor Byron sat in his cluttered office, poring over the medical data from Lumina. Byron was a man of extraordinary intellect and compassion, his life dedicated to unraveling the mysteries of human health and disease. The challenge presented by Queen Arya's illness was unlike anything he had faced before, and it captivated his mind and heart. Byron's office was a testament to his life's work, shelves lined with scientific journals, walls adorned with certificates and awards, and a desk buried under stacks of research papers and medical charts. The news of Queen Arya's plea had reached him through the interstellar communications network, a message that stood out amidst the daily influx of information. Driven by both curiosity and a deep sense of duty, Byron had immediately contacted Lumina's royal medical team, requesting comprehensive data on the Queen's symptoms and the progression of her disease. The response had been swift, providing him with detailed reports, scans, and even genetic data. As he analyzed the information, he could see the telltale signs of an exotic pathogen, something that Earth's medical science had yet to encounter. "Fascinating," he muttered to himself, adjusting his glasses as he examined the genetic sequence of the pathogen. This could be the key. Byron's determination to find a cure was fueled by more than just professional ambition. He had always believed in the power of science to transcend borders and bring people together. The plight of Queen Arya and the stakes of her challenge resonated deeply with him. He saw it as an opportunity to showcase the potential of human ingenuity and compassion on a galactic stage.
Days turned into nights as Byron worked tirelessly in his lab, collaborating with colleagues from various disciplines. The university where he worked provided him with the resources and support he needed, recognizing the significance of his endeavor. His team conducted a series of experiments, testing different compounds and formulations in the hope of discovering a treatment that could combat the mysterious illness.
Meanwhile, back on Lumina, the queen's condition continued to worsen. Her daughters, particularly Elena, spent every moment they could by her side, providing comfort and support. Elena, the eldest and the one destined to inherit the throne, felt the weight of responsibility more than ever. But she knew that the future of her kingdom depended on finding a cure for her mother. In the midst of this crisis, the bond between Byron and the royal family of Lumina began to form. Through regular communications, they shared updates and insights, building a sense of trust and mutual respect. Byron's genuine concern for Queen Aria's well-being and his relentless pursuit of a cure earned him the admiration of the Lumina people. Finally, after weeks of relentless effort, Byron and his team had a breakthrough. They developed a drug that showed promising results in preliminary tests. With cautious optimism, Byron prepared to present his findings to Lumina, knowing that the real test would come when the drug was administered to Queen Aria. The journey to Lumina was swift, thanks to the advanced spacecraft provided by Earth's government. Byron carried with him the hopes of both planets, a vial of the potential cure safely secured in a specially designed case. As the ship approached Lumina, Byron couldn't help but feel a mix of excitement and anxiety. The fate of a queen and the future of interplanetary relations rested on the success of his creation. Upon arrival, Byron was greeted with a hero's welcome. The people of Lumina, desperate for a miracle, looked to him with hope and expectation. He was escorted to the royal palace, where Queen Aria awaited him. Her frail form was a stark contrast to the vibrant and commanding presence she once had, but her eyes still shone with the fire of a true leader. Professor Byron, she greeted him with a weak but warm smile. "I cannot express how grateful I am for your efforts." "Your Majesty," Byron replied, bowing respectfully. "It is an honor to be here and to have the opportunity to help." The drug was administered under the strict supervision of Lumina's medical team, with Byron providing guidance and support. The initial days were filled with anxious anticipation as the kingdom held its breath, waiting for signs of improvement. Gradually, Queen Aria's condition began to stabilize, and the relentless symptoms that had plagued her started to recede. 2 weeks after the treatment began, the results were undeniable. Queen Aria was recovering. The disease that had once seemed invincible was retreating, thanks to the tireless efforts of Professor Byron and his team. The kingdom erupted in celebration, their joy and relief palpable in every corner of Lumina. Queen Aria, her strength returning day by day, called for a grand ceremony to honor Byron and fulfill her promise. The time had come to reward the man who had saved her life and secured the future of Lumina. The stars streaked past the windows of the spacecraft as it made its way toward Lumina. Professor Byron, seated in the observation deck, gazed out at the vast expanse of the universe. This journey was unlike any he had ever undertaken. The responsibility of carrying a potential cure for Queen Aria weighed heavily on him, but the thought of the lives he could save and the bond he could forge between Earth and Lumina filled him with determination. As the ship approached Lumina, Byron marveled at the planet's beauty. The twin suns cast a perpetual twilight over the landscape, illuminating the luminescent flora and the sleek, crystalline architecture of the cities. It was a world that seemed to exist in a state of perpetual enchantment, a stark contrast to the bustling cities of Earth. Upon landing, Byron was greeted by a delegation of Lumina officials and medical personnel. Their expressions were a mix of hope and gratitude, and they treated him with the utmost respect. The news of Queen Aria's deteriorating condition had spread throughout the kingdom, and Byron's arrival was seen as a beacon of hope. "Welcome to Lumina," Professor Byron said, Dr. Lysandra, the chief physician of the Royal Medical Team. "We have been eagerly awaiting your arrival." "Thank you, Doctor." Lysandra, Byron replied, shaking her hand. "I hope that what we have brought can make a difference." Byron was swiftly escorted to the royal palace, where Queen Aria awaited him. The palace was a marvel of Lumina's architectural prowess, with its crystalline spires reaching toward the sky and its walls adorned with intricate patterns that seemed to glow with their own light. The air was filled with the faint scent of exotic flowers, adding to the otherworldly ambience. As Byron entered the Queen's chambers, he was struck by the regal yet serene atmosphere. Queen Aria lay in a grand bed, surrounded by her daughters. Her once vibrant presence was now diminished by the illness, but her eyes still held a fierce determination. "Professor Byron," she greeted him, her voice weak but resolute. "I am deeply grateful for your efforts. Please do whatever you can to save me." "Your Majesty, I have come with a potential cure," Byron replied, presenting the vial of the drug. "We have conducted extensive tests, and I believe this may be the answer we have been searching for." Under Byron's guidance, the drug was administered to Queen Arya. The initial days were tense, filled with anticipation and cautious hope. The royal medical team monitored her condition closely, while Byron provided support and expertise. Throughout this period, Byron spent considerable time with Elena, the eldest daughter, who had taken on a leadership role in caring for her mother. Elena was a striking figure, her presence commanding yet compassionate. She possessed a natural grace and intelligence that made her a natural leader. As Byron worked alongside her, he couldn't help but admire her dedication and strength. Their shared concern for Queen Arya created a bond that grew stronger with each passing day. Professor Byron, Elena said one evening as they reviewed her mother's progress, "I cannot express how grateful we are for your help. My mother means everything to us, and your efforts have given us hope." "It is my honor to be here," Princess Elena, Byron replied. "Your mother's strength and your dedication inspire me. I believe we are on the right path." As the days turned into weeks, the effects of the drug became increasingly apparent. Queen Arya's symptoms began to diminish, and her strength slowly returned. The once relentless headaches and debilitating cough faded away, replaced by a renewed vitality. The kingdom watched in awe as their queen, who had been on the brink of death, began to heal. The news of Queen Arya's recovery spread like wildfire, igniting celebrations throughout Lumina. The people rejoiced, their hearts filled with gratitude for the miracle that had come from Earth. The bond between the two worlds grew stronger, united by a shared triumph over adversity. With her health restored, Queen Arya called for a grand ceremony to honor Professor Byron and fulfill her promise. The palace was adorned with the finest decorations, and dignitaries from across Lumina and beyond gathered to witness the historic event. Professor Byron, Queen Arya declared during the ceremony, her voice strong and clear, "You have saved my life and the future of my kingdom. As promised, I offer you the reward and the hand of one of my daughters in marriage." Byron stood before the queen, his heart filled with a mixture of pride and humility. He had achieved what he set out to do, but in the process, he had discovered something far more profound. His bond with Elena had deepened, and he realized that his feelings for her had grown into something beyond mere admiration. "Your Majesty," Byron said, stepping forward, "I am honored by your offer. However, I have come to know and respect your daughter Elena deeply. It is her hand in marriage that I seek, for she has captured my heart." Queen Arya smiled, her eyes filled with understanding. "You have chosen wisely, Professor Byron. Elena is a true leader and a worthy match. Let the preparations for the wedding begin." And so, amidst the celebrations and the newfound unity between Earth and Lumina, Byron and Elena's journey together began. Their love story, born from a quest for healing, would shape the future of both worlds, bringing hope, peace, and prosperity to all. The grand halls of Lumina's palace buzzed with activity as the kingdom prepared for a momentous occasion. The testing of Professor Byron's drug was not just a medical procedure, it was a beacon of hope for an entire planet. Queen Arya's life and the future of Lumina hinged on the success of this treatment. Byron, alongside Lumina's royal medical team, meticulously planned the administration of the drug. They set up a state-of-the-art medical facility within the palace, equipped with advanced monitoring systems to track every aspect of the queen's condition. The team comprised Lumina's finest physicians, biologists, and healers, all working under Byron's guidance. Elena, ever the dutiful daughter, was by her mother's side, providing comfort and support. Her presence was a source of strength for Queen Arya, and her interactions with Byron deepened their connection. They shared long hours discussing the intricacies of the treatment, the challenges they faced, and their hopes for the future. Professor Byron, Elena said one evening as they prepared the first dose, "I want to thank you not just for your expertise, but for your kindness and dedication. You have given us hope when we had none." Princess Elena, Byron replied, looking into her eyes, "It is my privilege to be here. Your mother's strength and your family's resilience inspire me every day. We will get through this together." The first dose was administered under the watchful eyes of the entire medical team. Queen Arya lay on a pristine white bed, her face pale but resolute. Byron carefully injected the drug into her bloodstream, monitoring her vital signs closely. The room was filled with a tense silence, every eye focused on the queen. Minutes turned into hours as they watched for any signs of reaction. The initial response was mild, with only minor fluctuations in her vitals. It was a promising start, but the real test would come over the next few days. Byron and his team took turns keeping vigil, ensuring that any changes in her condition were immediately addressed. The next morning, Queen Arya awoke feeling slightly better. The relentless headaches that had plagued her were less intense, and her cough had eased. It was a small but significant improvement, filling the room with cautious optimism. Byron and Elena exchanged hopeful glances, their spirits lifted by this early sign of success. As the days passed, Queen Arya's condition continued to improve. The headaches receded further, and her energy levels began to rise. Byron's drug was proving to be effective, its carefully engineered compounds targeting the pathogen with precision. The medical team documented every detail, sharing their findings with colleagues on both Lumina and Earth. By the end of the second week, the transformation was undeniable. Queen Arya, once bedridden and frail, was now able to walk around her chambers with minimal assistance. Her strength was returning, and the disease that had once seemed invincible was retreating. The kingdom rejoiced at the news, their hopes renewed by the queen's recovery. Throughout this period, Byron and Elena's bond grew stronger. They spent countless hours together, not just in the medical facility but also in the palace gardens and libraries. They shared their dreams and fears, finding solace in each other's company. Byron admired Elena's intelligence and grace, while Elena was drawn to Byron's compassion and dedication. One evening, as they walked through the palace gardens, Elena spoke of her hopes for the future. "Professor Byron, your work has given us a second chance. I believe that with your help, we can build a brighter future for Lumina and strengthen our ties with Earth." Princess Elena Byron replied, taking her hand, "I share your vision. Together, we can achieve great things. Your leadership and courage will guide Lumina to new heights, and I am honored to be a part of that journey." Their connection deepened with each passing day, and it became clear to both of them that their feelings had grown beyond mere admiration. They had found in each other a kindred spirit, someone who understood their struggles and shared their dreams. As Queen Arya's health continued to improve, she began to take part in the discussions about the future. She saw the bond between Byron and Elena and recognized the potential for a powerful alliance between Earth and Lumina. With her strength returning, she decided it was time to fulfill her promise. The grand hall of Lumina's palace was filled with dignitaries, nobles, and citizens from all corners of the kingdom. The atmosphere was electric with anticipation, as everyone gathered to witness the fulfillment of Queen Arya's promise. The queen herself, now restored to health and vitality, stood at the center of the hall, flanked by her daughters.
"People of Lumina," Queen Arya began, her voice strong and clear, "we have come together today to honor a man who has saved my life and given our kingdom a new lease on hope. Professor Byron from Earth has brought us a cure, and in doing so, he has forged a bond between our worlds that will endure for generations."
The crowd erupted in applause, their cheers echoing through the hall. Byron, standing beside Elena, felt a surge of pride and gratitude. He had come to Lumina as a scientist, but he was leaving as a hero and a beloved figure in the kingdom. Professor Byron, Queen Arya continued, "As promised, I offer you a substantial reward for your efforts. But I also offer you something far more precious, the hand of one of my daughters in marriage. You have chosen my eldest daughter, Elena, and it is with great joy that I grant you this union." Elena stepped forward, her eyes shining with happiness. Byron took her hand, feeling the warmth and strength that had drawn him to her from the beginning. Together they faced the queen and the assembled crowd, ready to begin their new life together. The wedding preparations were a flurry of activity, with the entire kingdom coming together to celebrate. The palace was adorned with flowers and banners, and the finest musicians and artists were brought in to perform. The ceremony itself was a blend of Earth and Lumina traditions, symbolizing the union of two worlds. On the day of the wedding, the palace gardens were transformed into a breathtaking venue. The twin suns of Lumina bathed the scene in a warm, golden light, creating an ethereal atmosphere. Elena, dressed in a gown that combined Lumina's elegance with Earth's simplicity, walked down the aisle with grace and poise. Byron, dressed in a traditional Lumina ceremonial robe, awaited her with a heart full of love and anticipation. The ceremony was officiated by Queen Arya, who spoke of the journey that had brought them together and the hope that their union represented. As Byron and Elena exchanged vows, they pledged not only their love for each other but also their commitment to building a future where Earth and Lumina could thrive together. Elena Byron said, "Looking into her eyes, I promise to stand by your side, to support you, and to cherish you for all our days. Together, we will face whatever challenges come our way and create a legacy of peace and unity." Byron Elena replied, her voice filled with emotion, "I promise to love you, to honor you, and to lead with you. Our love has brought us here, and it will guide us as we build a future for our worlds." The crowd cheered as they exchanged rings, symbols of their eternal bond. Queen Arya pronounced them husband and wife, and Byron and Elena sealed their vows with a kiss. The celebration that followed was a joyous affair, filled with music, dance, and laughter. The people of Lumina and Earth alike joined in the festivities, united by the love and hope that Byron and Elena's union symbolized. As the days turned into weeks and the weeks into months, Byron and Elena settled into their new roles. Elena was formally crowned as the future queen, with Byron by her side as her consort. They worked together to strengthen the ties between their worlds, fostering collaboration in science, technology, and culture. 4 years after their wedding, Byron and Elena welcomed a baby girl into their lives. They named her Arya, in honor of the queen who had brought them together. The birth of their daughter was celebrated across Lumina, seen as a symbol of the bright future that lay ahead. Byron, Elena, and their daughter lived happily, their lives a testament to the power of love, unity, and the indomitable human spirit. Their story became a legend, inspiring future generations to dream of a world where compassion and collaboration could conquer any challenge. The royal wedding was a spectacle of grandeur and joy, a celebration that would be remembered for generations. As the preparations continued, the entire kingdom of Lumina was abuzz with excitement. The wedding not only marked the union of Byron and Elena but also symbolized the beginning of a new era of cooperation and friendship between Earth and Lumina. The palace grounds were transformed into a fairy tale setting. Flowers of every hue adorned the gardens, their luminescent petals glowing softly in the twilight. Crystal chandeliers hung from the trees, casting a magical light over the festivities. The finest musicians from both Earth and Lumina were brought in to perform, creating a harmonious blend of cultures. Elena, along with her sisters Lyra, Selena, and Vera, spent hours preparing for the big day. The royal seamstresses crafted a gown that combined the elegance of Lumina's fashion with the simplicity and grace of Earth's design. The gown shimmered with iridescent threads, reflecting the light in a mesmerizing display. Elena Lyra said, helping her sister adjust the veil, "You look absolutely radiant. Mother would be so proud." "Thank you," Lyra, Elena replied, her voice filled with emotion. "This is a dream come true, not just for me but for our entire kingdom." Meanwhile, Byron prepared himself in the palace's grand hall. He wore a traditional luminous ceremonial robe, its intricate patterns symbolizing the unity of their worlds. His colleagues from Earth had sent messages of congratulations, and he felt their support as he prepared to take this monumental step. "Professor Byron, Doctor," Lysandra said, entering the room, "you have brought so much hope to our world. Today we celebrate not just your union with Elena but the bond between our planets." "Thank you, Doctor," Lysandra Byron replied, adjusting his robe. "This is a day I will cherish forever." As the time for the ceremony approached, guests from across Lumina and beyond filled the palace gardens. The atmosphere was electric, filled with anticipation and joy. Queen Arya, now fully recovered and radiating strength, took her place at the center of the ceremony, ready to officiate the union. Elena walked down the aisle, her heart pounding with a mix of excitement and love. As she approached Byron, their eyes met, and the world around them seemed to fade away. They stood together, ready to begin their new life as partners and leaders. "Dearly beloved," Queen Arya began, her voice carrying over the gathered crowd, "we are here today to witness the union of two souls who have brought hope and healing to our kingdom. Professor Byron and Princess Elena, your love has transcended the boundaries of our worlds and united us in a common cause." The ceremony continued with readings from both Earth and Lumina traditions, symbolizing the merging of their cultures. As Byron and Elena exchanged vows, they spoke of their commitment to each other and their shared vision for the future. Elena Byron said, holding her hands, I vow to stand by your side, to support you in all your endeavors, and to love you unconditionally. Together, we will build a future of peace and prosperity for our worlds." Byron Elena replied, her eyes filled with tears of joy, "I vow to cherish you, to honor you, and to lead with you. Our love has brought us here, and it will guide us as we create a legacy of unity and hope." The crowd erupted in applause as they exchanged rings, symbols of their eternal bond. Queen Arya pronounced them husband and wife, and they sealed their vows with a kiss. The celebration that followed was a joyous affair, filled with music, dance, and laughter. As the night wore on, Byron and Elena danced under the twinkling lights of the palace gardens, surrounded by friends, family, and well-wishers. They felt the warmth of their love and the support of their people, knowing that together they could overcome any challenge. With the wedding behind them, Byron and Elena settled into their new roles as leaders of Lumina. Elena was formally crowned as the future queen, and Byron, as her consort, took on the responsibility of fostering stronger ties between Lumina and Earth. Their love and partnership became a beacon of hope, inspiring both worlds to work together for a brighter future. The couple's first priority was to ensure the well-being of their people. They initiated a series of reforms aimed at improving healthcare, education, and infrastructure. With Byron's expertise in medicine and technology, they introduced new advancements that enhanced the quality of life on Lumina. Earth and Lumina scientists collaborated on numerous projects, sharing knowledge and resources to address common challenges. Elena's leadership was marked by her compassion and vision. She worked tirelessly to address the needs of her people, listening to their concerns and implementing policies that promoted social harmony and economic growth. Her sisters Lyra, Selena, and Vera played crucial roles in the administration, each bringing their unique talents and perspectives to the table. Byron, meanwhile, continued his research, focusing on developing new medical treatments and technologies. His work earned him recognition and respect, not just on Lumina but across the galaxy. Together, he and Elena created a foundation dedicated to advancing scientific and medical knowledge, fostering a spirit of collaboration and innovation. 4 years after their wedding, Byron and Elena welcomed a baby girl into their lives. They named her Arya, in honor of the queen who had brought them together. The birth of their daughter was celebrated with great joy, seen as a symbol of the bright future that lay ahead for Lumina and Earth. As Arya grew, she was surrounded by love and guidance. Byron and Elena were devoted parents, teaching her the values of compassion, wisdom, and unity. Arya's upbringing was a blend of Lumina and Earth cultures, preparing her for a future where she would play a crucial role in the continued alliance between their worlds. The years passed, and Lumina flourished under the leadership of Elena and Byron. The advancements in technology and medicine improved the quality of life for all its citizens. The bond between Earth and Lumina grew stronger, with regular exchanges of knowledge, culture, and trade. The galaxy looked to them as an example of what could be achieved when worlds came together in pursuit of a common goal. Elena's coronation as queen was a momentous occasion, marked by celebrations and ceremonies. She took the throne with Byron by her side, ready to lead Lumina into a new era of peace and prosperity. Their love and partnership continued to inspire their people, proving that together, they could overcome any challenge. Byron and Elena's story became a legend, passed down through generations. It was a tale of love, courage, and unity, a reminder that even in the face of adversity, hope and compassion could prevail. Their legacy lived on in the hearts of their people, shaping the future of Lumina and Earth for generations to come. The bond between Lumina and Earth continued to strengthen, with new initiatives and collaborations bringing the two worlds closer together. The advancements in technology, medicine, and culture created a thriving interplanetary community where knowledge and resources were shared freely. Byron and Elena's leadership was marked by their unwavering commitment to their people and their vision for a united future. They worked tirelessly to ensure that the progress they had made continued to benefit all. Their foundation grew into a leading institution for scientific and medical research, attracting the brightest minds from across the galaxy. The royal family expanded their efforts to foster peace and prosperity beyond Lumina and Earth. They established diplomatic relations with other planets, promoting a spirit of collaboration and mutual respect. These alliances brought about a period of unprecedented stability and growth, with interplanetary trade and cultural exchanges enriching the lives of all involved. Elena's sisters, Lyra, Selena, and Vera, played pivotal roles in this new era. Lyra became a renowned diplomat, forging important alliances and promoting peace across the galaxy. Selena focused on environmental sustainability, ensuring that the technological advancements did not come at the expense of their planet's natural beauty. Vera, with her keen intellect and innovative spirit, led numerous scientific breakthroughs that furthered their progress. As Arya grew, she was groomed to take on the mantle of leadership. She inherited her parents' compassion, wisdom, and determination. Her upbringing, influenced by both Lumina and Earth cultures, prepared her for the challenges and responsibilities of her future role. She became a beloved figure, admired for her intelligence and kindness. The story of Byron and Elena's love and the unity it brought to their worlds became a source of inspiration for future generations. Their legacy was celebrated in stories, songs, and monuments, reminding everyone of the power of love and collaboration. The foundation they created continued to thrive, pushing the boundaries of knowledge and bringing hope to countless lives. In the twilight of their reign, Byron and Elena reflected on their journey. They had faced numerous challenges, but their love and commitment had guided them through. They had built a future where peace and prosperity were not just dreams but realities, shared by all who embraced their vision. As they looked out over the kingdom they had helped shape, they felt a deep sense of fulfillment. Their story was not just one of personal triumph but of collective achievement. They had shown that even in a vast and diverse galaxy, unity and compassion could create a brighter future for all. The years turned into decades, and the legacy of Byron and Elena continued to flourish. Their story became a guiding light, a testament to the power of love, unity, and the indomitable human spirit. Lumina and Earth, along with their allies, entered a golden age of peace, prosperity, and exploration. The foundation established by Byron and Elena expanded its reach, becoming a beacon of innovation and hope. Scientists, doctors, and scholars from across the galaxy collaborated on groundbreaking projects, pushing the boundaries of what was possible. The advancements in medicine and technology improved countless lives, fulfilling Byron's dream of showcasing the potential of human ingenuity and compassion. Queen Arya, named after her grandmother, grew into a wise and compassionate leader. She carried forward the values and vision of her parents, guiding Lumina with grace and wisdom. Her reign was marked by continued progress in the strengthening of interplanetary bonds, ensuring that the legacy of unity and collaboration endured. Byron and Elena, in their later years, retired to a peaceful estate on Lumina, where they could enjoy the fruits of their labor. They watched with pride as their daughter led the kingdom they had helped build. Their love for each other remained as strong as ever, a testament to the bond that had brought them together. As they sat on their veranda, overlooking the shimmering landscape of Lumina, they reflected on the journey that had brought them here. It had been a journey of challenges and triumphs, of love and sacrifice. They had shown that even in the vastness of the galaxy, the connections between individuals and worlds could create a future filled with hope and possibility. Their story became a legend, a source of inspiration for generations to come. It was a reminder that even in the face of adversity, love, unity, and compassion could prevail. The tale of Byron and Elena, and the world they had helped shape, would live on in the hearts and minds of all who dreamed of a brighter future. And so the healing crown passed to the next generation, carrying with it the hopes and dreams of a galaxy united in peace and prosperity. The legacy of Byron and Elena continued to shine, a beacon of light guiding the way to a future where anything was possible.